Hi, I'm Jacob Katz. I'm Central California Director for California Trout. And we're out here in the rice fields of Nags Ranch on Yolo Bypass. And we're here to talk about floodplains. So what's a floodplain? Well, a floodplain was the wetland that happened every winter when a river spreads out, when it floods the adjoining areas. And the whole Central Valley used to essentially be a large floodplain in some winters. These rice fields behind me were once one of the largest floodplains on the west coast of the Americas. They can be again. By flooding these rice fields and other agricultural fields in winter, we can get the same benefits that they once produced for fish, for ducks, for geese, and other wild. How? Well, it's very simple. What floodplains do is make food. Like any system, ecosystems depend on energy. But energy in these biological systems is called food. And where does the energy come from? Well, it comes from the sun. So solar energy is converted into food by a leaf. That leaf is the solar panel, and the battery where that energy is stored is called a sugar or a carbohydrate. When food for people is made, sunlight is converted into sugar by an agricultural crop, by corn or tomatoes, what have you. In the river system, it's very similar. Either that sugar is made by plants growing out on the floodplain like these, or it happens near the surface of the water, where algae takes sunlight, converts it into sugar. That sugar is eaten by bugs, and then bugs are in turn eaten by fish. Again, sunlight, algae, bugs. Very simple, but incredibly productive. That engine of natural productivity can only happen when you spread water out, slow it down, and then allow it to grow them up, to create the incredibly fertile and productive environments on which all of our wildlife and fish populations depend. Over the last 100 years, we've lost over 95% of the Central Valley's floodplains, which means we're getting less than 5% of the energy into the system, which means that we are working with the crumbs. That is not necessary. It's entirely preventable. We can do better. We simply need to design the knowledge of how this system worked into the way we manage it. If we don't have floodplains, we don't have fish and wildlife.